All right, and we're live. All right, so I apologize yesterday. I had to cancel stream, but we're right back at it today. So the plan for this stream is to continue on with the file uploader that we've been making. And the first task is to refactor the front end with shadcn because I'm sick of making my own components, and I want to practice using a component library, so I feel like now is a good time to do that. So probably the bulk of this stream is going to be focused on front end, and then maybe near the end of the stream I'll get back into some back end concepts, doing actual like file uploads and whatnot. So I'm going to be kind of modeling this off of Google Drive, I think, for the front end. So yeah, without further ado, that's kind of what the plan is for today. So the first step is to get shadcn installed and working. So let's actually just run our app here. So you can see that my session still exists. I also need to add a sign out route as well. But I can do that, alongside overhauling the UI, right? So anyway, so let's get this going here. So pnpm, so shad to start scaffold a new project directly from the terminal. Okay, so that's not what we want. We want an existing project. Pick your framework below. Okay, so this is what we want. So shadcn at latest, init, and then do we need a code? Choose your package manager and copy the generated command. Okay, I see. Oh, interesting. So I can actually do a project here. This is kind of neat. Okay. So Nova, I don't know what the difference is really. Are these all like paid versions, maybe? I wonder if there's a paid edition of this. I know not. Create, that's the create thing. Is shadcn paid? It is, okay. Oh, and it's a one-time payment. That's actually not bad. $79 US for one time. That's decent. Yeah, so you only get the one template. Okay. Cool. So let's see. Neutral. Can I change any of these? Okay, so I can. We'll do a neutral color theme. Maybe a blue theme. Cyan, blue. I don't know. Indigo, what's indigo look like? I don't know. Let's go with blue. Chart color. Let's go with blue. Heading. Inter is fine. Font inter. Lucid icons, that's fine. I think these are all good. All right, let's just go with this default here. React router. Okay, so this should work then. Let's give it a go. Nice. Okay, so now we have our components. I wonder if it populated. I guess it didn't. Okay. Unless this was our library. Did it only give us a button? I don't know. If you created a monorepo, okay, that's fine. The command above will add the card component to your project. I see, okay. So you can add different components as you need them. I got you. Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay, so then now we can, so this overhauled our app a little bit. Let's go to the routes and see what it actually did. Did it actually add any code? I don't think so. I think it just modified our app CSS, yeah. Okay, so it added a bunch of themes here, okay. Now I don't know how to do dark theme on this guy, so let's do theming. BG background. This gives you semantic theme tokens like background, foreground, and primary. Two CSS variables for theming. Select tailwind.css variables to true in components JSON. So that's already true. Let me zoom this in for people here. Okay. Dark mode works by overriding the same tokens inside the .dark selector. See the dark mode docs for adding a theme provider. Okay, so this is Next.js specifically. Okay, so I can add a button for a theme provider. That's kind of neat. So maybe I want to add that. I don't know. Token conversion. Radius is the base radius token for your theme. Okay. Adding dark mode to your Remix app. Remix is React Router, so let's just do this. Add a root class dark to this. Okay. All right. And then pnpm add remix themes. Okay. And then create a session storage and theme session resolver. Okay. I don't even think we have a sessions.server.tsx file, do we? Guess we can create one. And then we've theme at the root path, HTTP only. Not sure what the same site means. And then set domain secure only if in production. Okay, yeah. So we can omit that part. So import create theme session resolver from remix themes. Const session storage equals create cookie session storage cookie name theme Do we even need secrets? Okay. Then add a theme provider to your root layout. Okay. But then what happens in the CSS? I don't know. This will allow you to use the dark class on your HTML element to apply dark mode styles. Oh, and then .dark. Ah, okay. So you just add it to the existing. I see. So you just add it to this. That's what we want. Okay. Cool. And then, okay, so then we can go to our root, import CLSX. I'm not sure what that is. Turn meta. Import prevent flash on wrong theme, theme provider, and use theme. Okay. And then import theme session resolver. Export async function loader. We need to import loader function args from somewhere. Okay, it's good. And then app with providers. Okay, so let me wrap the app inside of that. So export data, export default function. Okay, so then export function app. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, so that's how you can do that. Oh, it's loader. Like the function. Okay. Can I not just do as type of load? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And then we'll just return. And then so this is almost like a context. This looks like a context. Theme provider. What am I building? I got you. You can always also look at this. It should be cut off here because there's Nightbot doesn't have it can't do a full description, but you can read the top of the description for what I'm building. But it's basically just a it's like a basic Google Drive clone to learn full stack web dev. That's essentially what I'm doing. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm importing the ShadCN component library to use for front end. So today is going to be kind of a front end overhaul as well as, well, basically, yeah, just a front end overhaul and kind of getting the design down so that I can implement the actual like CRUD actions for file storage in maybe the next stream. That's the plan. Okay. So specified theme is data.theme, and then I guess that just grabs from, I don't know where the CLSX is being used, but it's okay. Okay. You wasted my time. I need to lock in. I use too much AI. How to get the basics again and learn everything. I don't think you need to start from scratch, my friend. I think you're already, on a good path. But starting from the very basics is very useful, I would say. So theme action is action set theme. Okay. And then we wrap the app inside of this, right? And then this will be just a function, and then we'll export this as the default. And then, okay, that's fine. And then we need to, in the app, return outlet, okay. Oh, I see, okay. So basically, instead of just returning outlet, we need this whole thing. Why is this in... Whoops. How to revise what I've learned in school, like we did 5 years, HTML, CSS, PHP, Java, and C++. It depends what you want to focus on. Those are a lot of different things. If you want to do HTML and CSS and JavaScript, I would recommend the Odin Project. So it's a free and open source web dev curriculum that I'm using kind of as a rough guide. Okay, so what else do we have here? All right. So let's just like copy this guy in here. Because where are we doing? So we have the layout here. So I wonder then if I can put, because I feel like this has changed. So maybe, I wonder if I actually put the layout. Scroll rotation scripts, meta links, prevent flash on wrong theme. But where is this layout appended to? Because this is just an outlet, I'm not sure. What if we do, did you have tech background or you learned all that in 109 days? I have a tech background. You can read my FAQ here. I work in IT currently, and I do have a CS degree as well. But I learned web development basically in 109 days. I didn't have much of a web dev background before, basically at all before I started this. Okay, then this is a mode toggle. I can worry about that later. I just want to like, I'm scared of touching this though, because I don't know exactly what this layout is doing, or where that's getting applied. Like, is there? Yeah. Like, I wonder if I can put this inside of the layout and then just return outlet. I don't know. You can try it. Like as we had it here. And then put this in this. And then we have theme, and then we can do, okay, so then we have class name is CLSX theme. And then we have our meta here, prevent flash on wrong theme. And then SSR theme is Boolean data.theme. Okay. Okay, and then I think this is fine. Am I pushing this project to GitHub? If it's available, please send me the repo. I'd love to contribute too if I can find something to work on. It is on GitHub, Hakiki, but I'm not. It's for my own learning, so I'm not open to contributions for this project. It's not. It's not going to be like released or anything like that. But it is on GitHub if you wanna clone it and play with it yourself. Okay, so this is. Use theme must be used with the theme provider. Do I need the theme provider? But you can check out my GitHub here. It should be under Odin-file-uploader. But yeah, I'm just trying to see, and again, this is for purely learning, right? Like I'm learning React Router. I'm using React Router as my full stack framework. And I, to be honest with you, it's not the greatest, but I'm working with it for now. Maybe I'll switch again after this project. But I'm just kind of exploring different full stack frameworks, you know, and just practicing. Honestly, just putting in the work and practicing. Okay, so we got a server error. I wonder if there's something to do with, oh, maybe I need this action route. That's why, because where is that action.set theme? I put that somewhere in here. Where did I put that anyway? Yeah, it was this. Okay, so this theme provider doesn't know what to do, I think that's the problem. So I need to basically create this inside of routes, and then I think I need to probably add a route for that as well. Yeah, I appreciate that, Hakiki. But if you want to follow along, like maybe eventually I'll do like a collaborative open source project. I'm not sure. Am I learning without using AI for codes? I started learning backend, but keep going. Keep going to AI for code. Yeah, I'm learning without code or without AI hat. You can read my FAQ if you want to know more about why I don't use AI, but I just, the long and the short of it is I don't like to use, I like to learn from scratch, and I think AI is too easy of a shortcut. Okay, so like, let's do this. So we have action, oops. So I don't know if I need to add this as a route. I'm not sure, we'll see. Okay, so then we got this. Then we need to go up a directory on this guy, I think. Was the session server supposed to be, no, it wasn't supposed to be inside of the routes, so that's fine. Okay, now I wonder if this fixed it. I don't know. Let's kill the server and retry, maybe? Yeah, okay, same issue. I probably have to add that to the routes, don't I? So the route is /action/set theme. And then it's under routes /action.setTheme.ts. Okay, that still didn't fix it. Again, I've never used shadcn before, so this is all new to me. Again, I might be running into issues because I'm using this layout type here. So I wonder if I put this inside of the app, I wonder if that would fix my problem. I don't know. Kind of just because these are, I'm using slightly outdated documentation here. Okay, so let's just give this a go anyway. Actually, I'll leave this like here, and then maybe just comment it out or something just for now. I know that's bad practice, but I want to try this. And then instead of children, we use outlet here. I can see you, MRX. Hey, love what you're doing here. I'm also going to third year of my CS, but can't code basic projects myself yet. Got serious 2 weeks ago and learning every day consistently. Nice, stranger. The thing is just be really consistent. Yeah, exactly. Like I've been consistent for over 5 months now on my YouTube channel. I've been streaming my journey since January, and I went from only knowing very basic HTML and CSS to now playing with full stack frameworks comfortably. Well, comfortably is relative, I guess, but you know, that's kind of, you know, that's my goal, is to eventually make my own projects and, you know, do my own thing, and I don't know where it'll go from there, but I'm gonna keep going, figure it out along the way. But I appreciate you watching. Okay, so all right, so that did work, perfect. Okay, so it was a layout problem. So I think now I might be able to delete this. So we do have the dark mode working, which is good. So nice. So we have the dark mode working. That's fantastic, because it was light mode before. All right, so now let's say, let's just commit this, configure or install and configure shadcn component library, something like that. Sure. Okay, so that's it for that first session. And if you're new here, by the way, I do Pomodoro. So I do 25 minutes of work and then 5-minute break, and then I do 5 of those sessions per stream. Yo, Anime, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm a software engineering student from India right now. I'm in my first year of computer science. And I know BenStack and Python. What should I do more in order to get a good job? Please read my comment. I think continue to practice and build. That's what I recommend. I'm in Italy and I don't know what to do after college. Like, do a job or go at uni with AI. Is it really useful to go to uni? And about wages here in Europe, it's different. If you're skillful even without a degree. So are you saying, Ahmad, that you could get a job without a degree, or you can't? Because I'm Canadian, so I can only speak for Canada, and maybe the States. They thought of you how to install and use shadcn. I'm good in you. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I'm using shadcn. I'm practicing it. Am I live daily? I'm from Canada, Mr. X. Not daily, but 4 to 5 times a week. You get a good job and they pay here is really low. With a CS degree, it gave me like basic 2K euro per month. Yeah, that is pretty low, I guess. But I mean, your euro is stronger than than the dollar. So, I would say honestly, I mean, you can't go wrong with uni unless you can't afford it. I went to university. I did 2 degrees. Where in Canada are you located? I'm from Vancouver. I'm on the East Coast, Michael. Like, East Coast Canada. I'm not going to say specifically where, but Eastern Standard Time. So over these past 5 months since you started, did you basically learn everything just by building projects, live stream like this? Yep, pretty much, Hakiki. What is qualification? I have a computer science degree that I got last year, and my first degree was actually in biology, which I got in 2023, and I did a complete career pivot. I didn't start learning how to code until mid-2023. So I've been coding for about 3 years now. But I only started web dev in January, like properly. Because like everybody else, I've tinkered with HTML and CSS before, or had tinkered with it, and I like knew what it was, right? And I knew JavaScript a little bit, but I hadn't actually like built anything, right? And if you want to like see my history, anyone like watching, you can go back in my streams. All 109, 108 of my past live streams are there. Probably about 300 hours worth of content. Also, I know the description on Nightbot's cut off, but if you want a description of what I'm building, you can read the top of the description. I always update it. Sorry for my English. You're good. You want to say is uni worth it? And no, I'm having my diploma in about a month. Oh, so I'm assuming you're in like high school then. And I'm applying for a job, can't seem to find any. Yeah, I would, in that case, I think uni is a safe bet if you have the means to go to university. I know in Europe, university can be cheaper. In Canada, it's pretty expensive. In the States, it's even more expensive. And what were you up to before web development? So I have, in May of 2025, I got hired working in IT for the government. and I can't really say where because it's kind of like a, it's confidential. But it's I work in IT for my day job, and so I was doing that for 6 months, and I kind of got the itch to start programming again because I don't do a lot of programming in my day job. Is there any website or social I can follow and connect with you? Yeah, I got you. So I have a bunch of socials. So I have a Discord server that you can join, where you can chat to me. I have an X account which I just made, and a GitHub, and the YouTube channel. Those are my main socials. You can click the link there to get those links, Mr. X. But yeah, join my, the best way, if you want to keep in touch with me and keep in touch with the streams, join the Discord. I post stream updates there pretty frequently, and I also am active in the Discord too, and we have over 200 members now, of eager learners and developers alike. So if that interests you, then I would encourage you to join. I've got a link directly to the Discord here, but it should be on my socials link as well. Anyway, let's get back into this. Here the paying are very low, even with all the experience we get. So low, like an experienced dev may get 45K, like $8K a month after 10 years of experience. That's actually, I mean, if that's take-home money, that's actually not too bad. Thank you, sir. See you there. Happy to connect with you. Yeah, I appreciate you, Mixer X. Thanks for, I appreciate your enthusiasm, my friend. Thanks for joining my community. Anyway, I think university opens more doors for you, and at least that's my opinion. I know it's kind of an old-fashioned take, but at least for me, I wouldn't have gotten my job in IT if it wasn't for my degree. Because I had the degree, I got an internship opportunity in the summer of 2024, and then I got a return offer because I guess my boss liked me, and I also was working for an agency in my hometown. So that's kind of how I got that job, and I'm still working that job to this day. So what's going on these days? What am I learning? I'm learning full stack web dev, Mr. X, by building a file, basically like a Google Drive clone. Most people in Europe go to uni, I don't know, maybe earn something, like do a gap year, and at 21 go to uni with the money. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I'm 25 years old. I didn't start coding until I was 22. So it's definitely possible. I think that might be a good strategy. But even still, if you take a gap year, you can still learn to code for fun if you want. You don't have to not code, right? All right, we did the theming. So now I think the next step is to get the fix our UI here. So I'm gonna go off of Google Drive, just kind of as an inspiration. So let's let's just open this image here. Oh, that is brutal. Okay. So I just found this on Google. So we want something like this, right? So we're gonna have a little sidebar, maybe a new button, and then a drive where you can see the inside of files or what have you, right? So something like this. I got excited to see some projects made by you. Can you show some? Yeah, you can check out my GitHub here and poke around. Not all of them are deployed. Actually, most of them are not deployed, but you can poke around on my GitHub and follow me there, and all my projects that I've made up to this point on the channel are there. All right, so I want to change the, let's just call this Odin file uploader for the title here. So how do I do that? Be up here somewhere, right? It's in root somewhere. New React Router app. Wonder if that's in home. Yeah, it's here. Okay. So let's call this Odin file uploader. Okay. And then description, we'll just say Odin file uploader. Sure. All right, that's fine. So right now we just have a basic. We already did. If you want to learn how we did auth, I did authentication in the past couple of streams. I just need to open that, what was it called? We're using Prisma as our ORM. And I forget how to open the studio, like locally. There's a way to do it, I just don't remember. Standalone usage without Prisma ORM, with Prisma ORM. So do we have a Prisma config here? Yeah, okay, so we do. So I think I can just copy this guy, right? Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Shit. I want to copy this. And I think this opens up Prisma Studio, right? Yeah, there we go. All right, so now you can see we have two users. We have user@example.com and then my user. But we do need it. We actually do need a sign out route, but that's fine. We can leave that after. But this is our database, and this schema was set up by Better Auth, which is the authentication framework I'm using. I need to also migrate because I did create more schema for. We're gonna have a file and folder schema to attach to users. Since when are you learning full stack, and how much have you learned in how much time, and what tip would you give to beginners? So I've been learning full stack fully like for the last maybe month or so. I think that the number one tip I would give to beginners is don't skip the fundamentals. But I do actually have a video on my YouTube channel called like 5 takeaways I've gained from learning web dev for 100 days. And I give some good, useful advice in that video. So if you click on my channel and click on the latest video, you can give that a watch, and there's some good stuff in there, I think. So if you want advice for how to get started and tips. Okay. So I need to migrate. Let's migrate the Prisma migrate. I think I need to migrate it, right? Prisma migrate dev, and then there's a way of giving it a there's a way of giving it, and then give it a path to your schema. It should know what the path is. Do I need to generate artifacts like Prisma client based on your Prisma schema? So do I need to generate or migrate? I think I need to generate, maybe. Yeah. So I think it would just be pnpx dlx, or no, not dlx, Prisma generate. So that should add the file and the folder models into our database, right? As well. Okay. So let's see if that updated this. Okay, maybe not. By the way, what's your primary full stack tech stack? What am I trying to master, mainly work with? Right now, I'm working with React Router by recommendation from my audience, but I'm not married to it. I might switch. But right now, it's React Router. That's what I'm using. Yeah, I'll do that. Looking for work and revise my basic with CS50 and get my CCNA cert. I have the first module of Cisco CCNA. Nice. That's a good idea. Am I doing any job or just learning coding? I work full-time, Mr. X. I work full-time in IT. What's the Odin thingo? Like a challenge? It's a curriculum, essentially. You can check it out here. It's basically, I'm just using it as a guide to for very broadly what to learn. But I'm kind of using my own, like Odin Project recommends technologies that are like 10 years out of date. So I'm using my own stack, but using the Odin Project concepts and project ideas as a guide. Okay, so that should have generated, right? Like if I go to generated models, yeah, so I have the file in the folder, and then maybe I need to migrate it now. So I wonder now if I need to migrate after this, right? Prisma migrate. We could give it a shot. PNPX. Okay, that wasn't right. Command options. Oh, dev maybe? Command for any stage. Compare the database between two arbitrary sources. So maybe dev is what we want. Enter name for the new migration. Add folder files, folders. Nice. Okay, that's what I wanted. So now our database should be in sync with the schema. There we go. So you can see our file and our folder tables, which is exactly what we want, right? Cool. How many languages have I mastered in like 3.5 years and created projects on? Let me think. Python, C. I know I'm mastered. When I say this isn't mastered. Learned. Python, C, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, a small amount of Java, and I think that's it, really. Small amount of Java. I like touched C# for like a week, and that's it, really. As an Indian, can I get a job in a tech company in Canada, and how hard expensive is it? That, I don't know the answer to that question. I could tell you if you're a Canadian citizen, but if you're outside of Canada, I don't know the process for that. It's definitely harder though to get a job internationally than it would be to get a job in India for sure, I think. Okay, so let's go back to this. So we basically synced our we synced this. So now we've got our file and our folder inside of our database. And I should mention this database is running locally on my machine too. Python, C, Rust, Go, Zig. Nice innovation. That's awesome. Okay, so let's stop waffling around here. Let's do migrate. Changes. Oh, okay. Let's save this then. Migrate, generate, and migrate schema to add files, folders. Sure, that's fine. And now we can get going with the UI. So let's go to the UI components here. So the first thing I'm going to want, I think, is some sort of nav bar, right? So I want to fix this nav bar. It's like navigation menu, maybe. Yeah, so let's do a navigation menu. So let's add that first. Have I ever thought about exploring the DSA side or try getting into it? Yeah, absolutely, Hakiki. I think the reason why I went into web dev first without doing the DSA is because I did a lot of DSA in my degree. And I do have a decent amount of DSA experience. I'm not going to say I'm a master or anything like that, but I did take like some DSA courses, studied advanced DSA concepts like time complexity and time complexity, space complexity, different types of algorithms like dynamic programming, max flow problems, greedy algorithms, depth first search, breadth first search, Dijkstra, graph theory, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe sometime I'll get into DSA more. Teach me graphs. Graphs are actually, I found graphs really intuitive, honestly. Like graph theory is not that difficult, like at a surface level, but using it can be difficult. Okay, so we have navigation menu content, item, link, list, and trigger. Okay, so let's fix this nav menu here. So we have our home, sign up, sign in, and we need to sign out as well. Actually, now that I think about it, so we're gonna do PNPX shad cn at latest add navigation menu. All right, cool. So now that should have been added to our component. And then, so we'll go into our, I think it's actually layout here. So we'll do this import here for all of these things, right? Remove it. Wait, why can't it get the components here? Maybe because I need to do this. There we go. Okay. From which language is your DSA and how much time did it take? We mostly used Python in class because it was convenient and it was basically like pseudocode. But I learned it over 2 years, 4 semesters. All right, so what's the trigger? So we have the link component. Okay. Use as child to compose a custom link component such as an SJX link. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. I'm not sure what the Radix UI. So we have a list, trigger, and content, link indicator. Use the following composition to build a navigation menu. Okay, so let's do that here. You know what I'll actually do? I'll probably have a navigation menu inside of its own component. Although that's actually these components here. So I need to go up here. Unless no, I'll just leave it in here. That's fine. So navigation menu. Oh, that should have emit. It's okay. And then, oh yeah, this needs to be wrapped in a frag. Let's do this. Okay. Then navigation menu list. Okay. Navigation menu item. And then we have a trigger. I don't know what the trigger does. I'm not going to lie. Then we have a navigation menu link. Oh wait, I should have probably saved the links that I had there, but that's okay. Thanks, buddy. It was nice talking to you. I'm going for dinner now. See you on Discord. My real name is Shiva. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Shiva. All right. Navigation menu link. Okay. And then we'll say as child. And then class name. Do we need to give it this class name? I guess so. Navigation menu trigger style. And then we'll add our nav link in here to /sign in or sign, and we'll say home actually. So this will be our home link. And then we'll just keep adding, I guess it's by item, right? So we'll just keep adding items here. So we'll have our sign up and then our sign in. And we need to sign out as well. Okay, so there's our components. This is kind of neat. So you have home, sign up. Oh, it needs to go to sign dash. What's this? Right. So now sign up, sign in. Very cool. And then we also need to center that content, right? So the navigation menu. I don't know if I can center it easily. Like, how do I style? Like, can I just use Tailwind in here? Maybe. Like, can I use just regular Tailwind? Oh no, I can't. Okay, interesting. So I wonder, would it be under the lists? Interesting, because I want this menu to center, right? So maybe there's something with that. Center. How do I move components around, right? And also for reference, this is the first time I've ever used a component library, right? Let's see, shad, cn, center, navigation menu. Okay, so it's a pretty common thing. So I don't know how to, okay, yeah, so this guy's giving classes here. The code automatically adjusts just position to left or right based on available space. Interesting. Consistent trigger appearance. Navigation menus naturally work with button components for consistent styling and sheet components for mobile navigation. Uses separator components to organize complex dropdowns. For marketing sites, combine navigation with card components for featured content sections. Ah, okay. But can I like change the layout though? All right, then let's see what does the like mobile even look like. Okay, so the mobile is basically the same idea. It's like pushed up and to the left, which I don't really want. Like what does a card do? Oh, I see. Okay, so we could actually put the login into a card, right? That's the other thing we can do. So, okay. Navigation menu, menu bar. Ooh, do I want a menu bar? Oh no, that's not quite what I want. That's like for an application. I'm just curious, does my full-time job use the same stack you're learning and building with? Oh no, it's completely different, Hikiki. I work mostly in like the database and system admin side. So I work in the Microsoft Azure environment. Also, it's nice kind of seeing Stack Overflow again. Yeah, Stack Overflow is my best friend. I purposely reject using AI. And again, it's not because I'm anti-AI. I just want to learn the old-fashioned way so that I understand these tools, deeply for myself. Because I also enjoy the process of learning, right? But no, yeah, I work with Microsoft Azure primarily. Azure and then basically a bunch of MSPs that we... various MSPs that we kind of use across our organization. So I'm basically the person that kind of connects all of that together through Azure and our like organization tenant. I also do like app packaging flows for different departments. So it's a lot more like IT, like it's not really development. Like every now and again I'll write a PowerShell script, but there's no actual like dev in my job, not really. Ben, to learn CS, which languages to like master and revise if we did Java, C++, HTML, CSS, PHP? It depends what you want to do, Ahmad. Like, if you want to learn web dev, I think learning JavaScript, even PHP, I think is still relevant with like Laravel, stuff like that. Like, if you want to do backend specifically, you have more freedom. Like, you could do Go, you could do Rust, you can do Python. Python's always a good one, especially for like data science. If you want to do more like systems level programming, like operating systems, C/C++ would probably be good. Can't hurt. I'm doing well, memers. How are you? Rust mentioned? Yeah, Rust mentioned. I want to learn it someday. Someday, in the far future, maybe. I'm not anti-Rust for sure. I just want to know how to set it this thing. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Navigation menu. So let's see. Components, description, hover card. Navigation menu. So do we put UL class name? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's within each one of these. I see. Okay. Okay, so you can center shit here. So list item. Oh, that's this. Okay. So that's maybe a little different. I wonder if I just wrap this in a div. Like, is it that easy? Can I just wrap this in a div and then like center it this way? Ah, it is. Okay, but it's all fucked up though. Because we need it to be flex call. Okay. And then item center. Sorry. There we go. That's what I want. Something like this, right? I'm doing well, memers. Can I like increase the size of this maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's stuck at that size. Because I know there are CSS things here. So sidebar. Oh, these are all colors though. Font heading. I'm currently working as a lead customer service, which is an industry I don't really like, but got into. Now looking to move into data analytics, but I enjoy learning and doing things by doing them instead. Going through all the theory, what do you suggest? I suggest exactly what you're doing. You know, learning the theory, build projects. You know, play around with different technologies and programming languages and see what you really like, and you know, continue using those. That's kind of what I would recommend, to be honest with you. But I think if you are motivated to change, you know, you absolutely can. So yeah. All right. Let's see like font. Okay, so like I don't know if I could change like the font size of these, or if they're just stuck the way they are. Shad CN font size. Typography. That's disgusting. Shad CN UI provides a variety of typography components for headings, paragraphs, list tables. Each component is pre-styled, allowing you to maintain. Okay. So I guess I could just change it. Like if I did text like XL or something, does that change these? Or like 3XL? Oh no, it doesn't actually change the menu. That's okay. So we go into the components. Do we actually get like what? Like, do we get a size here? I don't know. I won't bother with it. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. It's just a dummy project anyway. You work in Microsoft, man? How hard was it to get the job? I don't work for Microsoft. We just work with the Microsoft stack. I do not work for Microsoft. I work for the government of Canada, very tangentially. It's technically an agency that works with the government, but yo, how's it going, Stark? But no, we just use Microsoft Azure Cloud, and we work with that. So if you know sysadmin stuff, like system administration, I do a bit of help desk as well, every now and again. Databases, I work with databases on the job, which actually does help me quite a bit. I work with SQL, like MySQL, because our databases are all MySQL, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. I didn't control it. I inherited systems, right? But anyway. I think I'm going to take a brief intermission because I want to kind of add a sign out route. Actually, I'll do that after. I don't know. But no, as far as getting the job, Ahmad, though, like to speak to that point, I was lucky enough to get an internship between or well, 2 summers ago, I got an internship it was like a student internship, right? And I worked there for 4 months, and I really impressed my manager because I was kind of asking for extra work and kind of doing stuff that was outside of the student scope, like they had me building like BI dashboards and stuff like this, right? So I was kind of doing more than was asked of me as a student, like intern. So he really liked that work ethic that I brought, and I got a return offer after I finished my degree, because I went back to school for one more year. And then I got hired May 2025, and I've been with this place, my workplace, ever since. And I still work there because it's a secure income, and I really appreciate, beggars can't be choosers in today's job market, right? Like, it's already really difficult, but it pays the bills. And I work with some great people, and yeah, I plan on staying in this job for, the foreseeable future anyway. Is it my lifelong career? Probably not, to be honest with you, but I think it's a good first job, first professional job. But I don't know, I kind of want to pivot out of IT. Like, that's kind of why I'm also doing this web dev stuff, because I want to learn software development more broadly. And broaden my skill set. But I also do have that IT background, which I think would be an asset. I'm a bit anxious because I really enjoy programming, but I'm afraid I'm going to hate it at a company because of the proliferation of AI and vibe coding. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Innovation, that's a great point, because I do have a friend, a good friend from my university, who got an internship working at a large construction company he was a React dev, like a front end developer, right? And he said that he was actually kind of not upset's the wrong word, but he felt kind of demoralized because of the use of AI and not even vibe coding, but just AI in general, and kind of using it to solve problems instead of getting to think through it yourself. And I haven't spoken to him in a little bit, but that is a very valid point that you bring up. And I think for me, and this doesn't apply to you, but I think for me, eventually I want to make my own company or something, work for myself, because I don't want to put up with that either. I don't really want to work for big tech. If I do work in tech, I kind of want to work either for a small startup or for my own. I want to be my self-employed eventually. That's the goal. I'm very far away from it. The YouTube channel still hasn't even been monetized. I hit the watch hours requirement, but I need to actually apply for monetization, and there's a bunch of shit. So whether it's through this YouTube channel and I don't know, I'm not saying I'm going to make a living off of this YouTube channel, but this is a first step, right? I want to be self-employed eventually. Because I don't for exactly that reason, I don't want to work in big tech. I suspect the bespoke software will be around, but probably much smaller scope. Yeah, exactly. But I think there's still going to be, demand for certain manual development. And I'm not saying, again, if I did do my own, if I was self-employed and I had a company or something, right, making some sort of service, whatever, whether it's software or whatever it is, right, I might use AI a little bit if I'm, a seasoned developer, 2-3 years in, but I get to use the important nuance there is I get to use AI on my own terms. I'm not having a manager telling me how to use Claude Code and to max my tokens every day, or else I'm worthless, right? I get to use the AI as however I want to use it, right? So I don't know. That's kind of my philosophy, I think. Okay, so let's get going on this. Maybe revamp the sign up and the sign in pages. I think that's the next step. So let's do that first. So I don't know if there are forms here. So we want a card, I think, right? So we're gonna have a card with the card content. Okay, so let's do a little revamp. Components UI button, card action, card content. Oh, and then we just literally put in the form here. Okay, I see. And then we can have labels as well. Does it come with labels? Maybe not. And then inputs. Okay, so I need to install a couple of things here. So I'm going to install cards. So I'm going to do pnpm, pnpx, shad cn, at latest, add card. And then we're going to also add layout and input, I think, or label. Okay. I think that's fine. I don't think I need anything else, right? So, all right. So let's change this here. Okay. So we have our errors as well, which we'll overhaul. Okay. So we have our form, and then we're gonna do this inside of a card, right? So we actually need the card to be on the outside here. So we probably don't need this div anymore. So we can keep the form row style. All right, let's wrap this form inside of a card, right? So we have the card, and then the card header. So let's do that. So let's do card, and then card header, and then we need to import all these, right? And then we have the card header with the title and the description and the action. Okay, and then the actions within. So we have card title, and then card description, and then card action. And I don't know. Okay, so that's just the button, but I don't know if I put that at the bottom of the form though, right? And I have buttons here. Type submit, class name, button style. So I put that in the form though, I think. Or maybe that's handled by card content. I'm not sure. Yo, how's it going, Zio? I'm 16, a .NET developer. I've been at it for 5 months. I understand English well, but I struggle to write in it. What's your take on the widespread panic, oh no, we will be replaced? My take, and I've said this multiple times, is that it is imperative that, do I know whether we're going to be replaced or not? No, I don't know. But frankly, right now, I don't think, I don't think you are... skilled developers are replaceable. But I think by learning these tools manually and developing a deep understanding of these technologies is your best shot at being able to work with AI and to be employable in this age. I think that vibe coding and not understanding what you're doing is ultimately signing you up for replacement, because what are you? You're just prompting the AI. You're not actually working with the AI to create more than just the AI can do by itself, right? In my opinion, I think that knowing the technology is still invaluable, because you can kind of work with AI and audit code and stuff like this. And that's a skill set I think a lot of people, companies would still value, right? It's kind of like a senior developer, because with a lot of junior devs being sucked into vibe coding, there's not going to be enough developers that actually know how to code anymore, right? And I think having that knowledge is really, really important, because I don't think AI is at the point where we can just let it run loose. We can say, build me the next greatest fintech app or whatever. You can't do that yet. You still need a human in the loop. And if you're a human in the loop that also knows these technologies and at a deep level, then you're, putting yourself at an advantage. That's my opinion on that. Okay. So we have a button for sign up, but I don't... Oh, that's this. Okay, I see. So I wonder if... Okay, so this is fine. But I don't know what to do with this button. Because will the button submit Yeah, I guess it will. Okay. So we have the card content. And then so we can lift and shift this form inside of that, I think. All right, and then we have our divs, and then we can replace these labels, right? Which is all well and good. And then we remove the button from out of here, right? And then we put the button inside of the footer. Okay. And then we have a card footer and then button, right? So that's fine. All right, so now let's style this sucker. I don't think I need this either. Maybe I could just leave it, I guess. I'm going to get the error list in maybe its own card or something. I'm not sure. Is this paying well, like $2 to $3K a month after tax? If yes, then it's good. I heard healthcare isn't free in Canada. You guys need to pay for insurance. No, it is free. We do have free healthcare. You can pay for... is our free healthcare system perfect? No, but it is free. Like if I got really sick and I needed to get an emergency surgery and I went to the hospital, I would not owe the government or anyone, the hospital, any money. In the US, it's not free, but in Canada, it is free. Here in Europe, pay is okay, but you have more security, like so many public programs and opportunities. Yeah, exactly. Canada is similar in that sense, Ahmad. We do have free healthcare. $2 to $3K a month. That's like take home. That's okay. I would say, I make more than that, but to start off, that's not bad at all. Now, mind you, I don't make significantly more. I'm not rich or anything like that, but and that's after tax as well. I won't say my income online, but it's more than that. Okay, so we have this form. Okay, so then I think I can just like start transfiguring this. So I can just do labels, right? And then I can just import this guy from our components. And then the input should be the same idea, right? Yeah. Okay, so then just input label. Whoops. Oh, and then we have our confirm password. And then our inputs. All right, and then the button as well, right? And then that should be fine. And then I don't need the button style. I just need to submit. Okay, so this is already looking nicer, right? Very nice. And obviously there's no title on that guy, right? So... vibe coding ruined the way I used to think, because every time I make something, I don't beat the expectation, I assume. I think there's still a value in programming manually. But I think yeah, there's value. And again, there's so many websites that are vibe coded, and it's so obvious. And I think if you add your own personal touch that AI can't replicate, then you're setting yourself up for success, I think. Hey, I was asked, where do you see yourself in 10 to 5 years at an event? And I kind of froze. What do you guys think? You can think career-wise or general life. I hope that in 5 years, for me, that I'm self-employed and working in software. That's where I want to be. And I also, this is probably a little bit ambitious. I also want to get into, I want to own a house or a condo or some property. I want to own something. I don't know how feasible that is, especially in Canada. I know how the real estate market is insane, but I want to get to a point where I can own a house or something like that, because renting is kind of shit. So I want to, make enough money that I can afford to buy a condo or a house. That's my goal. Pretty simple. I also want to get married in the next 5 years as well. So that's kind of what I see, where I see myself. Yo, how's it going, Simoom? Welcome, welcome. All right, this kind of looks a little bit shitty, but it's not terrible. Can I change the layout of the, because maybe I can change the input style class. That's actually what I need to get rid of here. I don't need this input style anymore. I think I can get rid of that. I think that's what's screwing up it's kind of overwriting stuff. Okay, so let's try that out. Okay, that's better, maybe. I don't know if that even changed anything. And then what if I get rid of do I need the form style? No, I don't think so. Oh wait, no, yeah, so I don't need that. What if I get rid of the form row style? Okay, I see. So that puts it right underneath like that. But then I want some okay, so you know what we can do? Go to our style templates, and then we'll say form row style. Maybe we'll just do a flex call, flex call, and then a gap 2 or something on this. Get kind of a similar look to the example page. That's a little better, right? Although now these are all mushed up together, which is kind of annoying. You stream every day? 4 to 5 times a week. 4 to 5 times a week. If you want to know the stream schedule, join the Discord. I post it every week. So I won't be live again until Tuesday this week, just to accommodate my girlfriend's work schedule. And if I streamed every single day, I would probably burn out. I'm not gonna lie. Taking a break every now and again is really important. Okay, so I want to separate these out here. So I want a gap 2, and then what else do they apply here for the gaps? Okay, so on the higher div they do a flex call and then gap 6 or something. Okay, that's a little better, and then I can give that to the form style or something like that, and then now this looks better. Okay, cool. That's good. And then I kind of want this card to have the title information, right? So I'll say sign up for a new account. Odin sign up. Let's just say sign up. Create a new Odin file. Create a new Odin file uploader account. And then an action. I don't know what this action does, or if I even need it. I kind of want this width to be a little bit more. W full, so we can say W full max W small, maybe. Does that fix anything? No. Oh, maybe that needs to be on the outer div, I wonder. Because we still have those errors up there. So I wonder then if I can actually, for this, if I can put the action, the errors inside of the action. That might be a good idea. No, bro, house price is doomed literally everywhere. I can't imagine buying a house even in the next 5 years. Well, I've been you're right. It is doomed. That's why I say house or condo. Because at least where I am, the condo market is kind of crashing a little bit. So It also depends where you live. If you live in the city, yeah, forget it. But if you live, like, I want to live out in the country. I'm not a city person, really. I want to live, like, out in the middle of nowhere, kind of. I'm not letting the dream die, my friend. Okay, so I think maybe, I wonder then if I need to apply this to the outer div, if that actually fixes it. Yeah, that looks much better. Okay, cool. Now, for the layout, I want to give it a little bit of a gap here. Maybe like a gap 12. And then I want the button to fill up the width, right? And then the other thing I want to do is I want to put the errors. So if I try to sign up, it's going to give me errors, right? Or at least it should. Okay, so the errors aren't populating. I wonder why. Because they should be. Unless this button isn't connected to the form. That's one thing I do worry about. Because I don't know how then to... Because I might need to put the sign up button inside of the form. I think that's probably what I'll end up having to do. Yeah, so something like this, right? Yeah, so there we go. So that's what I wanted to see. So then I'll do a placeholder for this maybe. So you@example.com. Something like this. And we can get rid of the footer, I guess. Because I don't know how to actually connect that to the... It needs to be within that form component. So that's good. And then I want maybe the title. So the form style and then the form. Okay. So I wonder if I put these errors inside of the action, what will happen? So if I remove this and remove this, then I think we're fine. And then I put this inside of the action. Oh, okay, that's all fucked up. CN and then width full and then max W small. Okay, so we have the sign up errors here. Maybe that's the wrong spot to put them. I think it looks better probably how we had it before. So let's just remove that. And then we'll refactor these sign up errors into its own component, I think. Canada made it out of the groups. We winning it all? It did. They did. Weren't they like second or third in the group though? At what time do I go live? You can check the Discord for those times. Sasspress. Kind of want to add like maybe. Nah, it's okay. So our homepage, sign up, sign in. Okay, so let's fix the errors here. So I'm gonna make my own component for errors. Auth errors. I don't know. I should even call it error list, maybe. Error list dot tsx, and then also we'll say const error list. And then I'm going to pass it in a list, which is going to contain. It's just going to be an array of strings, I think, right? And then basically we're just going to copy this guy. Actually in a return. Auth error heading style, yeah, okay, so I don't need any of this, so we can refactor this guy. So we'll just say list.map, and then error, okay. We'll get rid of all the styles here, and then we'll put this inside of maybe like whether it's a card or what, I don't know. And then we're going to export default error list, right? And this is what we can do instead here is we can just render the error list. That is not what I wanted to do. We can say error list, and then list is equal to error list. Okay, so it doesn't have the styles, but it's fine. Okay. We just put this all in one line, actually, to be honest with you. Be easier that way. Okay. And okay, so we need errors. So what component would be good for that? I'm not sure. Let's zoom this out a little bit. Data table. We have a field, interesting. Okay, but where's the what would be the field? Oh, I guess, okay. So this is combine labels, controls, and help text to compose accessible form fields. Okay. That's okay. We worked with labels and inputs, but I don't think it's really a big deal. Anyway, let's take another 5-minute break. Who are we playing in the round of 32 anyway? Who's Canada playing? Let's look. Okay, well that was the Swiss game. Oh, we're playing South Africa. Oh, and that's today at 3. Oh shit. We might be cooked. I don't know. I honestly don't know. What about Portugal? I gotta represent my country too. Oh, Croatia. Ooh. I wish Razorblade was here. That's kind of fun. Razorblade is Croatian. Portugal versus Croatia. Goddamn. In my country, a degree in systems development won't really get you anywhere, except maybe some extra perks for a fast track to an architect role. I'm really tired. Yeah. Like, when you say systems development, what do you mean? Like what kind of systems? Like obviously development, you know, like software development. Like, but is it like systems at a higher level, or is it because I'm assuming it's like kind of like higher level software development, right? I think in that case, Zio, you kind of just gotta, I don't know, see if there's anything else that maybe you can pivot to. Like that's kind of what I did. I mean, different. Obviously, I wasn't in the tech. I wasn't in the tech industry before 2023, but I was going to school to become a biology teacher, like a high school teacher. And that's what I thought I wanted to do until I was 21. And then I completely switched. Like I went from biology high school teacher to wanting to learn software and get into software development and stuff like this. And this was all around when ChatGPT came out, which was kind of probably bad timing, but you know, it's interesting because if I knew what I wanted to do earlier, like at 17, I probably would have just made it in before AI took over everything, because I was like the very last year where like I could have I'd done my whole university without AI existing. Because if I went to school, like let's say I graduated high school in 2018, if I did my first university degree in computer science and I did it in 4 years, I would have graduated in 2022, which would have been like just before the gates kind of opened for AI. I don't know. Maybe that would have been a bad time. I don't know. Because I know like that was around COVID and hiring was already kind of shitty at that time, but I don't know. But I feel you in the sense that like I feel like I missed an opportunity. But you know, we all go at our own pace, right? So we work with what we got, basically. I really don't like these errors. I don't know like what other context menu maybe? Oh no. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's cool. I can have like a custom. Oh, shit. That's very cool. Okay. An item, a basic item with an action. Maybe we want that? No. No, that's not what we want. Not a spinner. Ooh, sidebar will be good for like this. We'll get a sidebar in this guy, I think. Okay, we have a separator. Oh, I want a separator actually probably for the errors if I do that. So that'll be good as well. What's a sheet? Oh, that's cool. Progress bar, dialogue. No, that's not what I want. Okay, let's get back to it. Not a carousel card. I guess it would just be a card, right? Breadcrumb. This will be good for file nav. Avatar, aspect ratio, dialogue, accordion, no. So I think we'll just do. So we need the separator. So and then what we'll do is we'll add that separator inside of the error list. So I'll put the separator up here. So now that should actually, oh wait, that's the wrong spot for it. I lied. I want it here on the bottom. So if I try to submit this, then okay, but then we obviously need something here. So we'll say flex max width small, flex call gap 4, maybe. Okay, but then we need to. So we have the separator, but then I need to put in big gap here. Oh, flex call. Ah, no, that didn't do anything. That's okay. So I need to add some bottom on that guy. Let's do MB4. This is kind of hacky, but there we go. Something like this. Software developer in a very senior role where you manage people and design systems involving things like API gateways, CDNs, and K8s. Yeah. Kubernetes. Make lots of truly pivotal architectural choices. Yeah. So that's kind of like similar to like an IT manager sort of thing, where they're kind of making those larger, higher level decisions. Because like in my job, for instance, I'm kind of given directive from my manager to implement X, Y, Z, and he's the one kind of deciding what we implement, right? So, but I think ultimately though, Zio, that's where the money is, unfortunately, is in those kind of manager, like higher level decision making roles. If you really want to make a lot of money. Okay, so let's see if we can do maybe like fix this here. So maybe we do like a font small. Does that actually work? Font excess. Maybe that would need to be on the LI. Shad CN, is there like even a list? No, I guess there's not. So like a toast, okay, that's not what we want. Table would be good. Typography. I wonder if we do this. Because what was the... Okay, we don't need this. We do or not font, text red. That's it. Okay. And then sign up errors we'll do. Okay, we have too much of a gap on this guy. 2 maybe. I don't know, it looks kind of shitty, but it is what it is. And then this would need to be, I'll just put errors. Maybe actually I don't even, need a header for that, to be honest with you. Hey, you're from Canada, right? What are the requirements for junior devs out there? Back home, the bar is set incredibly high. Like, it creates a feeling we must know everything. That's not funny. Yeah. I'm not going to be totally real with you, Zio. I haven't really applied to or looked for any jobs at this point because I have just been working for the last year. But I think it's similar. I think it's similar to where you're from. I think the bar is incredibly high. And the other thing too with Canada is the prices that junior devs can even command compared to somewhere else like the States is not even close. So yeah, that's kind of it's kind of bleak, which is why like I think eventually I don't even really want to work for somebody else anyway. I want to eventually be self-employed with software. For that reason specifically. Okay, so we have our nav here, and then so our sign in isn't fixed, but that's okay. And then so for our error list, now let's refactor. Okay, so let's say sign up page refactor with shadcn. Okay. And so now we'll do the sign in, I think. The other thing I want to do with this menu is I want to like give it, like, can I not do like flex gap for, like, can I not do this and it doesn't spread these out? Oops, that's not what I want. I want to spread these buttons out a little bit. Maybe it's in the menu list. That's it. Okay, there we go. Now I can do that. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now let's fix the sign-in page. So it's a sign-up page, and then we'll do the sign-in page, and then we'll refactor this to do the error list. Then we'll say list is error list, otherwise null. Just kind of condensing this here. All right, so there's our sign in, and then now we can refactor this to be a card, right? So let's open up the sign up just as a reference. So we have the card and then the card header. So let's do that. So let's get that in here. I don't think we have a, oh yeah, we do. We do have a div on the outside here. And then I'll call that, I'll just do W full max WSM. Okay, and then card. And then card header. And then card title. Header title? Is it header title? No, it's just card title. Okay. Title, and then sign in, card description, sign into your Odin file uploader account, something like this, and then an action, which I don't even think we need an action, or actually we will for this one. We'll put a don't have an account sign up or something like that. Okay, so we're getting errors because these aren't imported. Which is fine, we can fix that. Okay, let me see my .env. Very funny. Okay, then we'll do an action. And then the action will be like a sign in situation. And then so we'll do card content. And we'll put the form inside of the content. I think it's kind of what we want, right? Update the import. There's our email address, password, and then I think we have form style on that guy. And then we're still missing, oh yeah, because we don't need this div anymore. There we go, that's better. Bro thinks I'm stupid. Okay, so maybe actually a little bit less separation on that, which would be under here. So form style, maybe like a gap 4 or something. Yeah, that's a little better. Good. All right, let's just update these. And then a button, right? And then input. And then no input style on this. Because we're using those ones, and then no button style, just to submit. Perfect. Looks fantastic. And then we're going to add that action, right? So that action is going to be, if I go to the card again, we're going to have a button variant. I don't know how this, so if it's a link, then can I put, so you have variant link, and then I don't know how to redirect with it though. Oh, I guess we could just do sign up. And then that'll redirect. So we'll do on click, and then we can even do a navigator. So we can get our navigator, which we already have a navigator. So we can say navigate to the /signup, right? Perfect. That looks pretty slick, guys. I don't know. And then actually we can add the same card action to the sign up page, except with sign in. Perfect. It's looking slick. Okay, then for the email, we'll just do a default here. So we'll do placeholder you@example.com. Okay. Absolute Cinema, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, the component library is pretty sweet. I've never really properly used one before, and it just kind of gives you nice looking UI without having to worry about nonsense. You know what I mean? Like all the styling and whatever. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'm still authenticated as BenStack. The other thing I need to do is I want to add a bit of padding to the top of this nav bar. So actually I'll probably commit, actually no, I'll just do this. So in our layout here, I want to add a bit of padding to this guy here. So we'll say maybe like padding 4 as well. There we go, that's a little better. Just on the top. There we go. It's a little nicer. So it says, welcome BenStack, sign up, create a new account. And then if we sign in and then we give it like something, you know, that doesn't, so let's just say at blah blah blah.com, and then we don't give it a password. Okay, it won't let us sign in, and then we give it a password. Okay, so if there's something wrong with the error handler here, so button type submit sign in is inside the form. Error list.length. Oh wait, why are we rendering the error down here? That's not what we should be doing. We should be rendering the errors up here. Oops. So let's try this then. So if we try to sign in, invalid email address, okay, that's good. All right, so still invalid email address. That's good. And then if I try to sign in as like something, but then I put in the wrong password. Okay, I guess it won't say that it's the wrong password. So that's another thing we gotta figure out. Roblox auth styling. It's Shad CN, my friend. Satisfying to watch people actually code manually instead of seeing AI creating slop. New sub, by the way. Appreciate you. Yashu. Yeah, I didn't create these styles, guys. This is a library that I'm borrowing from. It's called Shad CN. It's like a UI, pre-built UI. Now the other thing that I might do is add a theme switcher. So let's actually add a theme switcher. I think there was something for that here, wasn't there? Stack and what am I building? I got you. It's cut off, but if you want to read the rest of it, it's the end should say just when building full stack apps. Theme switcher. No, okay. There was a way of. There was a thing that gave me a theme switcher. Right? Forms. No, racked hook form. Okay, that's not what I want. So theme switcher. Maybe there are extras here. Theming. Okay, that's not it. Registry, authentication. I don't know, I'm kind of off the deep end here. Was it under installation? I don't know. No, it wasn't. Dark mode. Ah, here we go. This might be it. This might be where it was. Add mode toggle. This is what I want. So mode toggle. So this is gonna be under components. So we'll do mode toggle dot. Actually, this should be error list with a capital E. Mode toggle. Although maybe these are. Or does it need to be? I don't know if it needs to be like Pascal case or what, but that's okay. Okay, so then what is this? What's the preview of this look like? Place mode toggle on the side, on your site to toggle. I need to install Lucid as well. Where was that? Here it is. I think, was it a package or was it and more? Lucid React. I don't know if that would work with this. I would assume. Okay. Oh shit, I just closed the docs window I needed. That's annoying. All right, so we have this. I'm just gonna like copy this and see what happens. UI drop-down menu. Do I need a drop-down menu for this? Like I can probably edit this to be, like I probably don't need that, right? So we have drop-down menu, drop-down trigger. Oh, maybe we do actually. Okay, so let's install that. So we'll do, what is it, pnpx shad cn at latest add, was it add? Yeah, add drop-down. Okay, maybe that's not right. Components, what was it? Drop down menu. It's drop down dash menu. Okay. That's what we want. Cool. Nice. So now we should have this mode toggle, which we can put maybe mode toggle. I don't think it takes in any props right now. Okay, so then where does that put that sucker? Oh, it's right here. Ah, beautiful. Okay, all right. Let's just put this in the corner or something, right? So we'll actually put it in the nav item maybe, or in the menu list. What if I dropped it just in here? Oh wait, shit. Mode toggle. Okay, so now it's there. What if I put this inside of an item? There we go. Cool. By the way, I want to give full stack a try too, but I've never written any JavaScript. I'm worried it'd be tough coming from .NET and all its quirks. Here's the thing. It does have a lot of quirks, Zio, but if you already know how to code, you're well equipped to learn. It doesn't matter. You just have to, apply it and learn. Like apply the JavaScript that you're learning, and whether it's in projects or what. But if you already know how to code, it shouldn't be that much of a challenge. And the thing is there are quirks, but they're not hard to understand if you already know programming. Button painter, I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, so I don't really like this. It doesn't really need to be. I could just make this like a toggle switch. So let's edit the mode toggle after the break to just be like something that you just press. So I think we can remove all this drop-down stuff. I'm going to be honest with you, trash content. I have never played Roblox in my entire life, my friend. So I can't really, relate to that comment. You know what actually I'm going to do? I have, this is going to be, this is because I have stuff going on. I'll be right back in like 1 minute, so just bear with me. I just have to switch my laundry. I'm doing laundry because it's Sunday. So I'll be like back in like 2 seconds. So I'm just gonna switch my laundry over. All right, I'm back. Laundry is going. I'm sorry if you hear it, the dryer, but you know, it's just the way it is. It's being an independent adult, unfortunately, comes with responsibilities. Did I do the Battleship project and the Odin Project? Yeah, I did, Danny. That was a while ago, though. If you want to watch that, streams, I think 40 to 50. Okay, trash content. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you keep commenting that same shit, I'm gonna mute you. It's not really helpful. How was it? It was really good, Danny. Honestly, I learned a shit ton on that project. I actually, to this day, it's probably one of the best, if not the best project I've made. What auth library am I using? I'm using BetterAuth. But yeah, no, it was very, you know, it had a lot of moving parts, and it was all in vanilla HTML, CSS, and TypeScript. I was using TypeScript on top of JavaScript, but yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that project, and it's up on my GitHub if you want to check it out. We wrote a custom rule-based AI to play against, and I'm not saying AI in like an LLM way. I mean like an AI like, because it was a single-player Battleship game, right? The only thing I didn't implement was 2-player, but that's fine. That's fine. BetterAuth is great, yeah. One of my moderators, Jay, he recommended it, and I've been working with it, and it seems to be just fine. Odin is the name of your project? No. Odin is the curriculum that I'm using kind of to follow. So you can actually check it out here. It's a free and open source web development curriculum, Satyan. So I'm just using it as a guide. I'm almost done at this point. Like, so if I go to my dashboard here and I go to Node.js, like I'm doing this Node.js course, and I've basically just got this file uploader project, a bit on APIs, a bit on testing, and then a few example full stack projects that I'm going to build. And then I'm basically done this course, and then I can basically move on and do whatever I want. And I think after this, I'm going to continue experimenting, building full stack projects, and learning different frameworks and seeing what works best for me. Yes, exactly. What object storage am I using? Just local for now. I haven't actually implemented the storage part yet. But we're just doing, today's streams mainly focused on front-end overhaul. So I'm using the shad CN content, component library I just overhauled my UI. OAuth or anything else? Yeah, BetterAuth. Here, I'll give you the link to BetterAuth. You just get it here. It's just literally just betterauth.com. You can check it out here. But it's session-based authentication. So that you can see that my BenStack session is state. I also need to add a logout thing here, like a sign out, I should say. All right, so instead of having a drop-down menu, I'm going to refactor this to be literally just a button with a where when you press it, we'll just say on click. Wait, if I go to, what was the example? Let me just see the example. It was set theme. Okay, because it's a, okay. So on click, and then we'll say, set theme. Because I don't know how to actually get the theme. Theme.light, theme.dark. So I wonder if I can add the theme here. So theme is equal to theme.light, set theme, theme.dark, otherwise set theme to theme.light. Okay, this should be fine. And then now we should just have a button that just does this. Perfect. Because I didn't care about that drop down. So that's fine. So we can remove this import. Very cool. It's slow right now because the video is adaptive streaming. I hit spin up much nodes, basically using free tiers of the AWS and Oracle Cloud. Nice. That's cool. It can support SSE. What does SSE stand for again? I don't know if I've ever learned it. Oh, server sent events. I think so, maybe? I don't know. We can look it up. It does have OAuth integration as well, it looks like. Cool. Do you do this full time? No, I do not. I do this on top of a day job. Here, you can read a little bit about myself here. Do you have any experience in another part of CS or you just started? Yeah, I have a degree in CS, Satyam, so I have experience in like CS theory, data structures, algorithms, stuff like that. All right, so that's kind of neat. I kind of want to put this guy in the corner though. I don't know how to do that with the nav bar, you know, necessarily, or if I had like a separate nav bar, like another navigation menu that I put, or like if I can add a different list maybe. I don't know. So like I wonder then if I can add another menu. So what if I did this? So if I added another navigation menu list, and then I added a navigation menu item, and then our button here, our mode toggle. I think it was mode toggle, right? So now, okay, so now it's like off as its own thing. And then I can add some class name here to do flex. And then maybe justify between. Okay, so that doesn't actually do anything. Interesting. Maybe I need multiple nav menus then. I'm honestly not sure. Because I wanna have that button in the corner over there. How's the job market in Canada? Are fucked up? Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm on the same path. I'm on day 28 of getting free CodeCamp certs, and I have like 1 year left for my CS degree. Should I grind school out with my free time or grind learning to code? I would try and balance both if you can. JB, I'm just gonna call you JB. I would try to balance both. Yeah, I learned some cool stuff in my degree. I'm not gonna lie. So I think both is important because you don't want your GPA to completely crash if you need to use it to get a job, right? Like I'm working in IT, right, and that's not really necessarily the industry I envisioned myself working in, but because I had good grades and because I was in the degree that I was in, it afforded me the opportunity to get that job. Okay, trash content. One more time, I'm going to mute you because it's not really helpful. What's my current job role? I work in IT. So I work I wear a lot of hats, but basically a mix of sysadmin and database administration. Yeah, I can't say where I work necessarily. It's with the government, but it's confidential. So I also, just because I want to be private on the internet. But yeah, just kick him out. He's spamming. Yeah. I'll give him one more. If he sends one more message that's spammy, Danny, I'll mute him. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but one more time. That was your warning. Trash content. So we have a menu bar, but I don't know. Like, that doesn't feel like the right thing to do because this is like more like for like an application, right? Navigation menu, because I want to be able to push off, see if a trigger with links. Okay. Why don't you build it yourself? It's not that difficult. A couple of divs and that's it. Yeah, I could. I just didn't know if if it had a built-in solution for it. For a nav bar, yeah, no, I could build it myself. I was just seeing what they had, right? So we could do something like this. So let's just put this inside of a fragment, or another div. Okay. So we have this div navigation menu, and then what we could do is we could say flex justify between. Okay, and then so we have this one, and then maybe we have like. Let's do a sidebar and an item set. Okay, so let's copy this inner div and then do this, and then I have another whole navigation menu where we have an item that just contains our mode toggle, right? And then we can get rid of all this stuff, I think. Yeah. So now, oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, because we're having the outlet twice. The outlet's being duplicated. So I need the outlet to be on the outside here. And then this needs to be, okay, so this is what I want, but it's not the right, so I need to do flex call here. Okay, no, we can't do that. Hold on. This is a tricky, not really tricky, but I just need to think about this. Because the outlet needs to be maybe underneath the next nav bar, or we can even do this. We can wrap it in another div, and then do flex call gap 12 or something. And then we can get rid of this. Okay, that didn't fix anything. Oh, because the outlet needs to be on here, right? Okay. So it's kind of half what I want, right? But I want this to be centered. So if I want that to be centered and then that to be on the other side, let me think about this. Maybe I need to make this a different approach here. Item center. Oh no, that doesn't fix anything either, because then we're not. Then we can do width full. That's better. Okay, there we go. That's better. Am I planning to get a developer job or just learning out of curiosity? I'm just learning for right now, Satyam, but eventually the idea is to work in software development. Not necessarily as a job, but I want to maybe be self-employed. Gotta go. Keep grinding. Appreciate you, Danny. Thanks for coming. But yeah, I want to eventually be self-employed. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just kind of add some horizontal padding around the toggle button. Yeah, I will for sure. I'm just getting this to be, so now I want this to be centered, right? So then I think I can center this, justify center, or justify self-center. Maybe, or not, maybe that doesn't work. Can you please help me? Is there something like Odin Project for Python backend? I don't know where to start and how to continue it. You can do free code camp. Sausha. Free code camp has a Python stream. So if you go to, that's not what I want. Let me just go to the courses. Yeah, there's a Python certification, my friend. Add justify center to the menu list. Well, oh yeah, I could do that actually. That's a good point. But will that center it within? Yeah, but that won't actually do anything because it's still like there's a bunch of different divs, right? So if I go to this, and we'll go to our, this is just styles. I want to see the HTML here. So we have this div, and then inside of there we have this div. But I want to like center the bar. I can't really point to the screen. I want to center this right within this whole bar, and then have this be. Maybe justify between isn't what we want. Maybe around or something. I don't know. I like it's kind of better, but it's still like I want this individual thing to be centered, right? Oh, so you know what I might actually need to do, because this is item center gap 12. I might need it on this actually. Justify item center. No, it's self center. But it needs to be on. Like it needs to be something like that, right? On the child. It needs to be on the child. So this is the parent that has the justify around, right? And then this is the overarching div. It's flex call, but how justify center would work? No, but this isn't. So the flex call is the whole page, right? So flex call is the whole page, and then this upper nav bar here is the second div, which contains our moon, sun and moon, and our nav bar, which is regular flex horizontal, right? Flex row. And then this is flex call. Oh wait, why is this flex call? I don't know why that's a good point. Justify self center. I don't know why safe. You're right, you make a good point. I don't know why that was flex call. Okay, but that still isn't working. No, you make a, that's good. Hi, I'm 20 years old. I want to be a web dev. Can I get in this field? I'm into BenStack and learning through Codecademy. You're already on the right track, Verma. You can definitely get into this field, I believe. Okay, so this is still not centering properly the way I want it to. Just if I self-center, maybe item. No, because it's not really right. Because this looks fine. When it's spread out like this, it looks ugly. I don't know. Let's see. Flex, justify, self center. Let's see what this. Let's open up the tailwind here. Justify self auto utilizes how an individual is aligned. Can you just close your terminal so I can see the entire code? Yeah, sure. This is the entire code here. It's just the layout, right? So I have center. This is what I want. This is our flex box, right? Grid, justify, item, stretch. I wonder if that's maybe what we want. Okay, not quite. I could also do this as a grid. Yeah, here, sure. I'll give it background color. So you can see here. Maybe I'll make this a little easier to see. So this is the darker blue component is the one that we want to move to the center, right? So I'm thinking we actually do a grid here. You know what I mean? Like that might actually make more sense to do this as a grid, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Because then we can do stuff like this. So why don't we try that? I mean, you can, Satyam, but it's not necessary. Like you can see here that the grid's being used for one dimensional layout. You don't. That's just a general guideline. You don't have to do it that way. Yeah. I think flex and grid are two tools, and you can use both to solve any problem, right? Like it doesn't have to be as such, right? It's not a hardcore rule. Yeah, exactly. But in this particular case where we want this very specific alignment, I think it maybe makes sense. So what we can do is we can say, we can put a grid on this one. Flex is mostly used for the navs. Yeah, I think for this outer part here, we want to use grid. So let's just try it. Let's see, because I think I can solve the problem. Grid. Grid. Be just grid calls, and then I think we do the for rem auto for rem. I think that would probably be fine. We could change it, if we need to. And then justify, stretch, and then so we can flex this guy. So if we flex justify center, then that'll center it within its div, right? So we actually want this to be auto for rem. Okay, so that's not quite what we wanted. Maybe I screwed something up here. Just pass the justify center. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. That's true. Grid columns, I don't know why. So let's go to the grid here. So we have our grid calls. Oh, because this is item center, I see. And then I wonder then if I need to make this like a width full situation. That might be better. That's what I want. Almost. It's a little misaligned, but I think if I do for rem auto for rem, and then we put something like in the other corner, then it would work, right? Because that's not going to be quite centered. I don't know. It's kind of a tricky problem because we're close. Because this is centered in this box, right? So there's a box here, and then that's centered. So we're like, it's like kind of, The other thing, actually, you know what? I just thought of this. This is actually silly. What if we did... what if we just made this guy go to the what if we just did this guy to, that doesn't need to be flex call. What if we just did this one as justify self end, maybe, right? Oh, but it doesn't, I want this to be the whole width. I don't know. Should work, because like then we could just push this button to the corner. Flex would make it work too now, I guess. I wasn't just taking the full width of your page. Yeah. Why toggle is there as a navigation menu? I mean, semantically, it's not making sense. Yeah, I mean, this is not really a nav menu. It's more like a, I guess you do make a good point, actually, now that I think about it. You actually make a good point. It doesn't necessarily need to be a nav menu. I can just put the mode toggle inside of just a div, I think. Okay, self and items center. Or is it items? Okay, so we have this, and then we have this button here. Just need to put it in the corner, right? This is our nav bar. And we need to put this in the corner. It's escaping me, man. But I hear you. That is a good point. Because this div parent is this div. And then, so the width of this div is what? It is the whole width, right? But I don't know why this justify self is not. Justify end. Justify self flex end. Yeah, I don't know why it's not going. Because if the whole flex box is this, unless it isn't. Unless this grayed out part is not part of the actual div. I just want that to take up the whole width, right? Flex 1 to the div just above the navigation menu. Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, to let it grow, to fill the space. Yeah, there we go. No, you're right. That was right. Perfect. Okay, perfect. I think this is still slightly off center. Because then maybe... It's almost like we need this on its own layer, right? That did kind of fix it. We need this button on its own like layer, I guess. So you know what we could do? We could just ditch. So we need this item center justify center with full. I'm just thinking about how to put it onto its own thing, right? Because if I got rid of this, then that fixes the alignment problem, right? So now they're centered. Where are there gaps on both sides of the container of the nav? What do you mean? Like here? These gaps here. Oh, this is for the gap. So this gap 4 here is between the nav elements, and then the padding top is just so that it's not right on the top of the screen. So yeah. Right? So that's the padding top here, and then this is the gap, right? Yeah. That's what this is doing here. No. It's all good, man. You're all good. All right, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, and then I'm going to do one more. I feel like I'm kind of on a roll, so I'm going to do one more Pomodoro method. I just want to get, so like, see, it does it up here. So like how, so it's a home docs, great, search, and we have the toggle here, right? Like, I almost want to know how they do this, right? I mean, we could put our nav bar like left aligned like that. I don't know. It's off because of the button. Yeah, no. I know that. Plus your form is exact same. You know what I might do? I might forget the idea of having it. I might just leave it centered. But what I might do is I might put a separator. Yeah. No, I got that set. Yeah, I appreciate that. But I think I have an idea. So what if we put the icon there, right? But we add a separator that's vertically oriented, right? I think that would be kind of a good idea. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm going to do after the break, I think. That'll make it look good. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So let's see like what the smallest iPhone. Okay, so it does style nicely for the different sizes here. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I'll do that in a sec once we're done the break. I would genuinely recommend the breaks though. Like if you are programming and you're like kind of like on the grind, I would recommend taking breaks. Do you have Discord? I would like to collab on any side pet project with you. Yeah, I do. You can join my Discord here, and yeah, feel free to send me a friend request on my Discord. That's my Discord server because we're kind of on the same level. Yeah, I actually have a lot of different people, not a lot, but I have some different people that come onto my stream and they like to collab with me live, and I welcome it. Like I welcome the live collaboration and getting help from you folks because I think it helps me learn too, right? So you can join my Discord server, shoot me a friend request, and I'll accept you. And yeah, that's as well. I also have other socials here that if you want to, follow me on GitHub or my X. I have an X account too that I just made. I haven't really tweeted anything, but it's there. So. Yeah. And that's an old socials page that I probably should revamp. I'm not gonna lie, but I made it with just default HTML, CSS. But anyway. And if you want to join me, I'll probably be doing, I think for the rest of this stream, I'm going to be doing UI stuff. And then next stream, which will be Tuesday, I'll be doing more of the back end stuff again. So, yeah. The only thing is I am actually going to put the button inside of the nav menu only because then it'll be lined up and everything. Well, actually, we'll see. I'll see what I can do. here actually. I might not do that. We'll see. Okay. So so what we need to do is, are you going to develop or only and upload download files, like streaming large files for etc. videos? Probably just only uploading and downloading files. I don't know yet, but that's probably what it's going to be. Like, so the project specifications are on the Odin project. So it says like, again, the stack is different. It recommends to keep files on like Cloud and Airy or Supabase, but I think I'm just going to do it locally just for the purpose of this project. I'm not gonna, this isn't going to be a thing that I deploy. It's just for practice, right? And then it says for extra credit, add a share folder functionality. When a user wants to share a folder and all of its contents, they should have a form to specify the duration. And it should generate a link that can be shared with anyone. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we do this, maybe we don't. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of figuring things out as I go. Okay, so let's fix this nav menu. So let's add that mode toggle back in here. And we'll remove this flex item center, justify center. But I don't like how it's up there like that. I think it's because of this. I should probably put the padding top on side of on this maybe. That's better. Maybe not justify center. It's still like a little lower here. Then I need to add that separator. Seeing the request and join your server, just if I end the mode toggle? Oh yeah, I could do that. Well no, but it doesn't matter because I'm just adding I'm gonna do it kind of like, I'm gonna do it kind of like we have it here. So I'm gonna do the separator. And then orientation vertical. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Components. Yo, how's it going, Tyler? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, see, there we go. I mean, there's no padding, but that looks decent. I gave up on front end, Tyler. I'm using a component library, which looks much better. I think. So we can do we can add like a PX to this guy, right? Like a PX4 or something. Oh wait, shit, that's not what I wanted. Maybe a margin X. There we go. Maybe that's a little much. 2. Something like this, right? Gave some horizontal padding to the separator, like PX1. Yeah. Well, padding actually is the width of the line, so I need to give it margin, I think. But I think MX2 works out just fine. The only problem is this button is a little different than these links here, right? The navigation menu item and the button are a little, but I mean that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. This is decent. Cool. All right, so enough on that, I think. So let's, the last thing I want to do is I want to create a logout, right? So I want to make another logout, which actually I should probably do maybe sign out. It's cool until it has valid semantics and proper design, doesn't break. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just a practice project, right? I'm not like super concerned with making it perfect. Home, sign up, sign in, and then I need that sign out, right? So now we're going to do a smidge of back end. So So let's do a little back end. It wouldn't be in ShadCN, it would be in React Router, or not React Router. Wouldn't it be better off? So I need to go to better off and then go to the documentation, authentication, a username, email, password, and then there should be a sign out. So if I do that, then I can have a sign out component, right? That I lib, okay, so then it would post to sign out. Be lib, this is the validator, auth, no, where did I put that? So in the sign in and sign up, I put that here, but I kind of want to have it be its own button. So let's try that out. So let's do a sign out. What's next after this project? I didn't know about the Odin. I'm not sure. Let me check. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I do this, I should commit this. We'll say revamp. Sign in page and navbar with theme, with theming. Sure. Let me check. Sorry, I got sidetracked. After this, we're going to learn APIs and build a blog API. And then we're going to be doing some testing with routes. And then we're going to build a couple full stack projects. As a tab and not in terminal, it's built into VS Code. I just click commit and then it opens that up. It opens up that editor for me. Okay, so we need a sign out button, right? Which I think I can do it inside of a, okay, so we have a route, so let's do sign out.tsx, okay? Const sign out turn, and then we're going to need a button or some kind, right? So let's go to the buttons here. So we're going to return a button, not button, not but, button. Okay, and it's going to be, maybe we do want to put, we'll just wrap this in a div just in case. And using React Router, yeah, I'm using React Router as my full stack framework. And the variant is going to be destructive, right? Sign out. Okay. And then export default sign out. Okay. And then we're going to add the logic for signing out here. And then but we're just going to put this sign out button inside of the layout here. Something like this. I don't know. Maybe you know, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look perfect, but you know, it's something that we have. We can do it as destructive, or like there's different styles, right? We could do outline, secondary, ghost, destructive, link, icon, rounded. Doesn't really matter. But I think that's fine. And then so now when we click this, we should be able to sign out. So we can do that in here. And then I need to go to those documentation. That's documentation. Okay, Okay, so this is the server side. So it's email verification, sign out. You can use the sign out function provided by the client. So I think I just need to basically put this inside of a function, right? Like I can just do, I don't even think it needs to be an action necessarily, unless it does, I'm not sure. Like if I go into sign in, then auth sign in, yeah, so const, so I'll say const, like I think I could just do this and then just dump this in there, right? So I can say await auth client, we need to import that, dot sign out. And then we just add an on click here. And then do I do fetch options inside of the sign in? Let me see. Or the sign up even? No. So it's just on the client. So I think I could just actually just do it without anything, right? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, but I want to redirect, right? So let's do that. I want to redirect. And we can add a we can have a navigator. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to want this function to be inside of our sign out. I lied. So that we can have a const navigate equals use navigation. Use navigate? And then just navigate to the root directory, right? On success, that just redirects us. All right, so that should work then, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Error list. What's wrong with error list? Already included file name. Oh, it's because I renamed it, didn't I? Error list. It's by a different name somewhere here. Sign up. Where is it by a different name? tsconfig. No. File is matched by include pattern. File is included via import here. Yeah, that's fine. Components error list. Components error list. Yeah, so what's the problem? The file name, I changed the file name. I don't know. It's probably something weird with the server. Okay, I'll just let that be what it is. Okay, so now we should be able to sign out. User not defined. Okay, so then we need this. We should probably redirect to the login page, right? Or no, that's actually fine. And then we should actually probably make this like, are you sure you want to sign out? We should probably add like a, are you sure you want to sign out sort of thing. Which would be what? Not a chart. Oh shit. No. Combo box. Dialogue maybe? No, not dialogue. popover? No. Select, no. Toast? Sonner? No, that's not what we want either. Badge? No. Attachment? Alert, maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, not an alert. Alert dialog. There we go. That's what I want. So we need an alert dialog within maybe a button or something. Or no, maybe not. Actually, let's just refactor this as a alert dialog. So, all right. And then that'll probably cap off the stream for today. So pnpx shad cn at latest add alert dialog. Okay. And then so we can do this alert dialog here. Oh, and then there's the button there. Okay, so that's cool. Variant. Okay, so then let's see. Let's put this. So let's say alert dialog. And then alert dialog trigger. And then put the button inside of there. And then we'll keep it as sign out. And then alert dialog content underneath this. And then is there anything else special I need to have with the page? I don't think so. It's fine. Okay, so we have our content. And then inside of the content, we need a header. Okay. And then a title. So we'll say, are you sure you want to sign out? And then we'll have the footer. And then alert dialog action sign out. Oh, and then for this we don't want to do that. Want to make this. Can I make the action have a on click? On click? I can. Okay, good. Auth sign out. Okay, something like this. Perfect. Cool. Nice. And then we'll navigate to sign in. So if you sign out, then we sign in. So we say ben at benstack.dev. And then password. There, welcome BenStack. Sign out. Perfect. And if you go home, it says user not defined because there's no user. There we go. It's pretty chill. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need for that basic thing. I don't know. Maybe I should make the sign out button grayed out if it's if the user's already if there's no user signed in, right? So what we can say is we can say is signed in, and then we can pass it as a prop. Maybe. I don't know if that's the best method of doing this, but it's the one that I can think of here. So then we go to layout, and then I don't think we can actually get user context from the layout. I think it has to be from the home, doesn't it? Ah, yeah, because we have the session there. So I wonder if there's a way of getting a session. I think that's in the, that'd be in the sign in somewhere, right? Or in the home, I mean, sorry. API.getSession, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so then we want this thing to be, so we want this loader to be in here. Okay, so let's actually do this. You put this loader inside of the sign out. Oh, because I didn't add it as a route, did I? I guess it would just be home. Wait, let's just re-import this. I don't actually need this else here, and then what we can say is we can say loader. How do we actually do that? Action data, not action data. Loader data. Loader function args. No, route.component props. Okay, and then so now we can get the session from that. So we'll say const user is const user is equal to loader data. And then what we'll do, oh, and then we need the navigate. We don't need this redirect anymore. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll say maybe set a state. Trying to think about the best way to do this. So it'd be user.username, right? User.name, I guess. How did I learn all this? A lot of time. Castra. A lot of time and you know, good resources. If you want more information, you can join my Discord. And then we have learning resources posted there, some. The last thing I want to do is I want to get the. Are you sure you want to sign out of the account? Actually, I'll include the name here. user.name. User is possibly identified. Oh yeah, okay. So you know what we'll say? We'll do this as a state. So I'll say const username is equal to, oh wait, no. Username set username is equal to use state null. We just need to add import. I don't even think we need to define it. So then what we'll say is we'll say if, actually I think I need to do this in a use effect if I remember correctly. So I need to do like an if not user then, or if user I guess, set username to user.name. Oh, because it's not a type. Okay. So I think that's fine. So we have that use effect, and then so what we'll say is we'll say disabled equals username is null. So we'll disable the sign out button if it's null, right? Yeah, so that doesn't work. Good. So the variant should be, how can we like, yeah, because we can't sign out if there's no user, but if we sign in, oh, that just signed me out immediately. What the hell? What the fuck? Why did that sign me out instantaneously? Interesting. That should have redirected me on the sign in side. Was it a sign in success, I wonder? Let's check the console. Ooh, uncaught. Adapter PG is not defined. Let's try this one more time. Okay, something obviously is happening here. Module events has been externalized. Buffer is not defined. Okay, so there's something going on here. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm probably going to do this bug fixing off stream, just because it's running a little long today. But yeah, so I need to work out the kinks with this sign out, right? But that's not too difficult to do. I just need to get the authenticated user into this, and maybe this is a use case for a context or something like that, right? But anyway, so thank you all for watching. If you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I go live 4 to 5 times a week, and join the Discord if you want stream updates and to follow along there and chat to me. And I'll be live again Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give or take. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.